today through this exclusive.
Go ahead, head on, directly.
Alright, hello everybody. Welcome to the Major Ego group chat, where our idea of a cute date is going to the park, walking 10 paces, and turning around with loaded guns. I am Dylan. I am joined here today with Noah.
Hello.
And Jay.
Sup?
So, what we're going to do here today, there's our new podcast. We're just going to talk about dumb random shit, like shit that makes me mad. Or shit that I just feel like talking about. You guys are my new personal, like, therapy dumping ground.
I charge by the hour.
I also wanted to talk about, like, some other, like, actual shit, like... Okay, so we're gonna start this first episode off with a topic that I was not planning on talking about until last night.
Okay.
So...
Okay.
We all know who Logan Paul is, right?
Oh,
Why are we
God.
talking about Logan Paul?
Why are we talking about Logan Paul, episode 1?
Okay, so I'm gonna backpedal a bit to a couple days ago when I was at work. For those who don't know, I work at a gas station in my local little town. Craig's Vending, a lady from Craig's Vending came in. For people who don't work retail or don't know, Craig's Vending are the people who come in, at least where I work, and they're the ones who deliver, like, Snapple and Arizona tea and stuff into our store. And so the lady that works for Craig's Vending came in the other day while I was working, and she was like, yeah, I gotta take your order today and just figure out what all you guys need. And I was like, alright, do what you gotta do. And she's like, I also have to figure out a spot on your shelf where I can make room for Prime. And I was like, why does that sound so familiar? And then I remembered that Prime is Logan Paul's energy drink. And I was like, oh. And she was like, yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I literally don't know about this.
You don't know about Prime?
No.
Okay, so for those who don't know,
Also, I
Noah.
feel like that's a conflict of interest with other things. Maybe owned by Amazon.
Yeah, I don't know.
Seems
But
like a search issue for one of them, and they may want to get that sorted out. But okay.
so Prime is an energy drink that Logan Paul started.
It
And-
literally just looks like it's in the Gatorade bottle.
Yeah. Moist Critical, Charlie, he made a video on it some odd weeks ago, but in some parts of the country and in other countries, this shit is very hard to find. It sells out like that.
I'm on their website. It's all sold out.
Yeah. And it's not hard to find, like, everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So the lady comes in the other day, and she's like, yeah, I gotta find a spot on your shelf where we can slip some Prime in, and we have extra rows of Snapple and stuff, because, like, sometimes we stop getting certain flavors, so we'll fill that empty shelf space with one of the flavors we already have. So we have extra rows of flavors that we already have. So it was very easy for her to just scoot stuff over and, like, cut stuff down and just make room, right? Fast forward to last night when I was hungry, so I walked to the gas station to get a snack. And I have 3 bottles of Prime Hydration, which is basically just the Gatorade equivalent, right? I think it's more akin to Body Armor, if you guys have had Body Armor. It's like a juice.
That's a clothing brand.
No, Body Armor is a hydration brand. They sell, like, water and, like, specialized, like, health juices.
If you say so.
If you say
Bro, I literally sell them in my gas station. Shut up. But, so, I have 3 different flavored bottles of hydration, which again is just like the Gatorade equivalent, and then I have like 4 rows of like actual energy drink cans, and the energy drink cans I have are like the size of like fucking Red Bull cans, like the small ones, the like 8.6 ounces or whatever. But I don't like energy drinks, and I was like, you know what? I got them. They're 3 for $5. There's 3 flavors of the hydration drink here. I'm gonna get them. Fuck it, right? So the flavors that I got were red raspberry. I think it was red raspberry. It was like a fruit punch. It was a red bottle. Blue raspberry is a blue one. Pretty sure it was blue raspberry. But I didn't drink either of those. What I drank was the third one, Ice Pop, which was in a red, white, and blue bottle, similar to a Rocket Pop. Okay?
Yep.
Now, what I'm going to say next is going to be quite controversial. And if you guys stop being my friends after this, I totally understand.
Let me take a wild stab in the dark. You actually like Prime.
I actually really liked this Ice Pop flavor, yes. It was really good.
Hold on, I got a perfect thing for this.
I'm just gonna throw it out there.
Anything specifically to do with anything about the drink other than a sponsorship deal, so.
True. Oh wait, hold on.
Vote, Dylan.
More of this.
That's how I feel.
Hold on. But yeah, I thought the drink was pretty good.
Yeah, me during all that. You
been hours.
Slide back. Yeah, you
For us, it's been hours. For them, it's been a millisecond.
Milliseconds, yeah.
It's been days for us. What are you talking about?
I had to pause the recording because I had to make sure that it was recording their audio and I wasn't just talking into a fucking void.
Yeah, and then you had to leave to go talk with his wife. Go for a walk.
I did not.
The issue is we don't exist, so you are just talking to yourself.
Stop lying to them. Stop lying to these people.
I speak nothing but truth.
God. But yeah, that's my starting story, is that I tried Prime for the first time last night, and it was actually pretty good.
I feel like you're sponsored. I feel like you got sponsored already and you didn't even fucking tell us.
You know, honestly...
No, the sponsor for it is Rage!
Honestly, if they reached out and were like, hey, you liked Prime, you want us to sponsor you? I'd be like, I'm not really into like the sponsor thing. I do this for fun. You know? I
would not be on the podcast if we got sponsored by Rage Shadow and just say that.
I would totally be shitposting with Rage.
I would rather be sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends because it's such a shitpost to be sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends that would be right at home with Major Ego, honestly. Our entire persona is out of date fucking memes and shitposts. So I'm
literally playing Sunrider and they have a fucking I'm a fire in my laser joke in here. I am not kidding.
You really do, don't you?
Yeah.
Fucking boomer ass humor. Jesus. God. Okay, so another topic I wasn't really planning on talking about, but I just want to touch on real quick, is that Noah has been watching Supernatural. And anyone who knows me knows that I love Supernatural. And I don't like the last few seasons because they are not written very well. And there's a very specific reason and a very specific person behind that. But I just wanted to touch on it for a quick minute. Noah, how are you enjoying the last few seasons? No heavy spoilers, just general thoughts so far on seasons 12 through 14.
I am every day exhausted having to watch it. Honestly, it is a blight to get through currently. I just kind of hate it most of the time. I'm just getting through it to get through it.
Yeah. And I know I said this in our DMs, but just think, too, that part of the reason you're so exhausted is that you're binging it. You're watching multiple episodes back-to-back in one go. I had to go week to week watching this shit live when it aired.
Well, no, see, that shit I wasn't around for, but, like, as a kiddo, I was watching with my family, so the show does mean quite a lot to me.
Yeah. No, the show is fucking great. It's so frustrating to me because Supernatural showed that it could be done, right? The first 5 seasons were run by Eric Kripke, the creator. That's some of the most well-written, amazing television you will find. And it was during the golden age of television, so I mean, it's to be expected. It was a good show. But even when Kripke left, when Sarah Gamble took over, season 6 was kind of rocky, but it wasn't awful. It was good. And then Carver took over. Carver's seasons are different, but they're not bad, and they're still well written. My issue is that the show has shown that it can have fresh leadership, and it can still stay entertaining and well written. It can be done. It has been done. Supernatural's not the first to do it, I'm sure. But it just frustrates me that Andrew Dabb took it over, and it took him 4 seasons, and he just ran it into the ground. And now it's just kind of got this reputation of just being a laughing stock that went on for too long, and should have stopped after the 5th season. And yeah, I hear so many people say that they should have just stopped at season 5, and I'm like, dude, there are so many great moments that happened post Kripke era. It's not fair to Carver, especially. Carver had a great run. He had nothing to do with what happened with Sarah Gamble, but so much good stuff in Carver's run that deserved to be there, that was good,
Even even currently, there are some moments that I think are still fine. It justifies it still existing.
Yeah.
The Scooby-Doo episode alone probably does that.
Scooby Natural, if I had to take Dabb's run in return for Scooby Natural alone, I would still do it, because that episode is worth it.
It's a great time.
It's so good, man.
And there are some really good moments still. It's just so much pain and bad writing. He did someone to keep him in check.
He really did. And being at the top of the food chain as the showrunner, it just did not have that, unfortunately. So.
Whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah. It'll, hopefully you'll get to the finale soon, and then you can give me your full, honest, final thoughts.
I'm,
if you're not fucking dead by then.
Season 14, episode 17. We're getting there.
You're almost done. There's only 20 episodes in seasons 14 and 15, respectively. So
okay.
They both got shortened quite a bit because the show stopped doing as good for reasons unknown.
Reasons.
Yeah. All right. So speaking of, forcing your way through unenjoyable experiences, we're going to hop over to this here news topic here that I'm going to pull up on the screen. Jared, go ahead and read this headline for me.
Overwatch 2 bug forces mid-game team spots, but not everyone hates it.
No, I hate it.
So, I saw this article back when we were starting to talk about doing this podcast, a week or two ago, and I was like, oh, I have to talk about this. I have not read this article yet. All I saw was this headline, and I was like, this is going in the box to get talked about.
I'm sorry. I need to stop you. Hold on. We can't continue like this.
This might be out of date. This was updated October 11th. Oh, it was published October 11th. It was updated at the same time. So yeah, this is probably an out-of-date bug, but I mostly wanted to talk about it because, how does this happen?
I implore you, please. I don't want to ever see to it. I never want to see an advertisement. I implore you, please, just check this link. Please.
He just linked me fucking ad block.
I implore you, please click this link.
Oh my goodness. What, this one?
That one, yep. That's it. You just click that.
Okay.
Uh-huh. You add to Chrome.
Add to Chrome. There we go.
Add extension, and then you go refresh the page. Unless you've updated it. Well, you might have the new Chrome. You might have to do the light one.
There we go.
I haven't used Chrome in a long time.
There you go.
Oh, serene.
Why is there so much negative space, though?
I know. Now it just looks awful.
Now hit Control and hit plus a few times.
No.
So it zooms in the fucking page.
This is fine. This is fine.
This is the bed you made, dog. You gotta lay in it.
Yeah.
I'm happier with white space than I am with adverts, right?
My artistic vision eyes, they bleed.
Dude, Noah's
Yeah,
gone
my
so long
artistic
without
vision
seeing
eye.
ads that just seeing them is like generating it's a
that
physical
much.
response in his body.
I can't handle it. I'm sick of it.
He's having like heart palpitations. He's like, please, please, take the ads off the screen, please.
I don't need to see Raid Shadow Legends. Please.
For the love of God, I want to continue being a pirate. I don't want to be advertised.
Oh god. Okay. But yeah, we've all played Overwatch here. Noah and I have played it a lot more regularly. Jer, I know you're kind of come and go on whether you are in the mood to play Overwatch or not, which is fine. But just Overwatch 2 as an experience is rough, to say the least.
Understatement of the century.
Yeah.
The only thing holding this game together are diehard fans like myself who are playing it regardless of how rough it is, and the gameplay itself. The gameplay of Overwatch 2 is probably some of the best Overwatch has ever been. All metas and like hero issues aside. Everything else, the monetization, the map pools, the game modes, like it's rough. It's rough out
Bad
here for a
decisions
gangster.
Every corner.
Yeah.
Every corner, bad decisions.
Yeah. We did get some news today, on the day that we're recording this, February 3rd, 2023. We did get some news from AA Ron Keller that they're actually implementing lots of positive changes coming in the next couple of seasons, which, thumbs up.
The first message from the Overwatch team that I actually liked.
Yeah.
I'm harsh on games as a service
this
games.
year, I'm not letting that AA wrong comment slide.
Literally everyone in the Overwatch community calls him that. I think it's really funny. But
God damn, the entire Overwatch community is full of boomers.
yeah.
Yes.
So back to the article. Overwatch 2 bugs forces mid-game team swaps, but not everyone hates it. I could see why people would enjoy this. Because, like, it says in the first line of the article here, a bug is forcing all players to swap teams halfway through a match, and fans are split about whether it should be taken down or implemented as a new game mode.
Now, are we sure it's a bug, or is it a hidden feature test?
Oh, yo, true. They're going the Bethesda approach.
Is it another thing that they stole from TF2?
It just sounds
I
like
have
how
no idea.
TF2 works.
Yeah.
Now, see, I'm kind of on the fence about this, and by on the fence, I mean I'm in both camps. I'm literally playing both sides here, because on one hand, it's like, yo, a game mode in Overwatch 2 that's very dependent on team builds and like teamwork, communication, shit like that. The idea of playing a game mode in like arcade, for example, where like randomly during timed intervals, like random members of the teams will swap sides, I think that's fun. I think that sounds really fun.
It's funny for a game mode.
Yeah, for like arcade. I'm not saying make it competitive or anything.
Yeah.
Like just put it in the arcade mode, make it one of the like modes that rotates in and out every week or so. Like this sounds like a fun idea, right?
They definitely wouldn't put it in competitive, but I think even in casual, the idea of the team switching thing is a little rough because of
Just talk to anyone in the TF2 community, their thoughts on auto balancing. Everyone has a negative impression about it.
Yeah.
Well, let me have Alejo really quick.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, on the other end of the spectrum, right?
Yeah.
Like, on one hand, I think this sounds like a fun game mode, right? On the other, how the fuck does a bug like this happen?
Yeah.
How do you let this happen?
Look, either it was a secret feature test or like the custom game features are bleeding out.
I'm just like, when I read this, that was my initial reaction. I was like, how do you let this happen? Ever since Overwatch 2 launched, it's been full of bugs. They have to remove heroes for lengths of time just to fix them. Bastion had a bug where he could infinitely fire his fucking ult. Like, you could just rain hellfire down upon your enemies until they were
Sounds
dead.
So
Like,
funny.
True justice reigns from
yeah.
Now that sounds like a fun game mode. Welcome to Toho, bitch.
We could call Storming Normandy Simulator.
Storming Normandy
Yeah, I don't-
Simulator.
I don't know how that bug happens outside of the idea that, like, they fucked up their code is so spaghetti that they don't have a separation between the custom lobbies code.
Sometimes the game just gets confused and says, "Oh, you're on this team now."
I actually have no idea.
How does this happen?
Spaghetti code.
Spaghetti.
God, Jared, go ahead and read this article.
Read it.
I can't
You're the
fucking
bitch.
see. Oh my god.
What do you mean you can't see? What are you on your phone?
I'm not on my phone. Literally have this thing opened up on the my small screen. Give me a second.
Do you want me to link it to you?
No, I'm gonna full screen it.
Oh, okay.
Hold up. If we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this right. I'm bringing out the soundboard. If I'm being reading bitch, I'm gonna make it sound good. And by good, I mean I'm gonna put a fucking radio overlay and call it a day. If I can find it, there it is.
Here's the link. It's in the group chat.
Now, to get started, an Overwatch 2 bug is forcing all players to swap teams halfway through the match, and fans are split about whether it should be taken down or implemented as a new game mode. While Overwatch 2 has an undeniably successful launch, the release is not without its interesting bugs and glitches. One such bug was shared on Reddit, and is both hilarious, but extremely frustrating for those on the winning side of their quick-play Overwatch games. Essentially, the bug has seen swap the two teams around, forcing the winning team to randomly swap over the losing team during the overtime of the quick play match on Route 66.
It was on overtime? This happened during overtime? Are you serious? This is like the worst time for this bug to happen is overtime, dude. Are you kidding me? Alright, keep going.
Okay, I gotta put the voice back on now.
Sorry.
I gotta find a key binding for this. Left shift F2.
Okay. The post-game soundtrack from commenters quickly taking to slating the game for its bugs, while others argue that team swap mechanic may be an interesting addition to gameplay. Oh, I gotta read the entire thing? Fuck you, Dylan! Fuck you and everything you stand for!
Hey man, I didn't know how long this article was, alright? Just go on.
When people start experiencing this bug and be confused during gameplay and after, they look toward it and ask the people about if it was a bug anyone else had experienced and share the frustration of being forced into the losing team. Some commentators agree with the poster's frustration, proving their shock that the bug makes the game literally unwinnable. Whereas others joke that the rather unpredictable glitch has to be one of the funniest bugs I've ever fucking seen. The hilarity is enhanced by the clear confusion from both the player and the rest of their team. On the other hand, TF2 is filing a lawsuit claiming that
That's not in the article. That's not in the article. God.
On the other hand, despite the bug being unpredictable and frustrating for the team that was winning in the first place, multiple fans took the post to suggest how funny it would be if implemented. One commenter pointed out the bug would be awesome in the arcade, suggesting that a game mode with random swaps stuck with the heroes on the other team pick would be an enjoyable match after all. This guy was found overdosed with 5 liters of cocaine in their body.
You're not even reading the article anymore. I'm taking it off the screen.
So we found out that Dylan is a Redditor today, and he commented on that Reddit about the game mode idea.
I did do that. Yes, you are correct.
What do you mean? I was reading it perfectly. I'm just adding a little addendums that they forgot to add to the article.
Yeah, like hardcore Overwatch players are drug addicts.
Yeah.
It just happens.
So yeah, I'm just kind of bewildered. You know, I'm like, how? Look, I don't know much about like game development. I know that when you put in like you could fix one bug and it could bring up like 4 new ones. Like I get that, right? But how do you fuck up this bad? You know?
2 words: Activision Blizzard.
And I know you guys are saying in the group chat to Vallejo, I know you guys are saying auto balance, but this isn't even auto balance, right? It's just random. If added, yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about the concept of adding it.
Like if you pop off too hard on one team, it'll switch you to the losing team to pop off.
No, it's just is a random balancing to make sure the teams are evenly matched. But they already do that with auto-filling players back in, so I don't fucking know.
Yeah. I don't know.
Wait,
It just
hold on. That makes sense. No, hold on. because the MMR is the way the MMR is, that is an MMR of them. So it grabbed it. It didn't register. It didn't notice the account was in a game and grabbed them to put them in the game to autofill the slots back. That must have been how it happened. It literally just didn't notice that they were already in a game and autofilled them into the same game. I can't think of any other reason why that would work. Anyway, that's fucking retarded.
Hello, Mr. Keller. This is my friend Noah. He solved your Overwatch 2 bug issue.
I am the thinking man here.
He is the thinker. Have you guys seen that video of the little kid who's like sitting on the table like the thinker? The guy's like, bro, you ain't the thinker. God. Alright. Well, that actually kind of segues really nicely into the next topic, because...
We'd be thinking.
Look, I had to do a lot of thinking after I saw this clip, okay? I have no fucking idea what I am watching or listening to. So I figured I'd bring it on to the group chat full of the most distinguished and intelligent gentlemen I know, so that they could help me figure out what the fuck I'm listening to.
Let me know when I can meet them.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. Okay.
You can't be talking about Dustin.
So I found this video on Twitter.
Oh, I already hate this. Please,
I found this video on Twitter.
Or TikTok. Fortnite and TikTok. You're showing me Fortnite and TikTok.
Yeah, I have to change it over to this specific video so you guys can hear it.
I don't know that I want to, but sure, go ahead.
Okay. So I'm just gonna let this play through once, and I'm thinking what we do is after it plays through, I'm gonna play it through one sentence at a time to see if we can figure out exactly what he's saying, if we can decipher it, if you will.
Okay.
So here we go. Here's the video.
Why is this New Yorkian from O-Block hitting the most devious gritty like Nathaniel B. the Occuway? Like he's gotta be from Ohio where the ops let him cook a bacon, egg, and cheese. And then something just snapped and made bro the biggest bird on that zesty gas station Zaza, which turned him into a Max Prestige light skin that rizzed up the leader of the friend group. Like, are you serious right now, bro? You can't be goofy and legalize nuclear bombs without saying it's Cord and pushing P. Like, bro really thinks he's Cardi. Like, the meat writing is crazy, so it's gotta be grippy and bubblegum pink. Just ask Kumalala and Sylvester, and they'll tell you that's a devious lick, whipping it out so fast.
And I must say that almost everything I've witnessed has been cringe.
I had to watch this video 3 times, and I still have no idea what the fuck he is talking about.
I have permanent brain rot now because of that.
Everything he says, he's mixing every phrase he can from all the Zoomers, okay?
It's just buzzword heaven, that's what you're saying.
Yes, it's not supposed to be intelligible to anyone except for the most autistic, spastic children imaginable.
Oh, well, I did a good thing bringing you onto the podcast today, so maybe you can make sense of this.
Fuck.
No, fuck you. We're not being paid for this. We're not here to dissect Gen Z humor. What the fuck is this?
I'm not trying to dissect it. I'm just trying to see if I can understand it. Is there anything intelligible here?
No! No! Literally, it's...
Fuck it, roll it. Hold on. Let's see what I can do.
Let's see what we can figure out. Hold on. I'll do it one sentence at a time, right?
Why is this New Yorkian from O-Block hitting the most devious gritty like...
Okay.
So I know what the gritty is. The gritty's a dance. This part's easy, right? I get this. This dude is devious. He's a devious little gremlin. He's out to cause some mischief. He's hitting the fucking gritty like nobody's business. I get that.
I can't believe we agreed to this, Noah. I'm thinking I'm having chicken pop.
I had some things I could understand.
Okay. So first part I think is pretty self-explanatory. We got that, right?
Sure.
Okay. So this second part is where I get kind of lost.
Nathaniel B. the Occuway. Like he's gotta be from Ohio where the ops let him cook.
Okay, so the ops are cops.
Okay.
So, let him cook. Literally just
let him cook. He's hitting the gritty.
Yeah.
Hold up. Let him cook. Like the cops from Ohio are gonna stop him.
I don't think it's cops. I think it's like I don't know what ops could be.
Do I speak Zoomer? No, I am making my best intelligent guess.
No, yeah, I think this is kind of starting to make sense actually. Hold on. Let's hit the next part.
A bacon, egg, and cheese, and then
a bacon, egg, and cheese. That part I got it. Got it. So he's this fool is hitting a devious gritty, and the cops from Ohio are trying to stop him. And he's from eating a bacon, egg, and cheese. Yeah.
So letting him cook is something from Breaking Bad. That is one thing I do recognize.
Oh, you know what? Maybe it's like poetry. Maybe it's a little out of order. Maybe he pulled out the bacon, egg, and cheese, and they're like, "Hold up, let him cook."
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I want to die.
And then while he was cooking,
they broke the biggest bird on that zesty gas station, Zaza.
So
That's where it completely lost me.
Zaza is pizza, right?
I don't think so.
Bro is the biggest bird on the gas station, on that zesty gas station, Zaza. So he popped off so hard that he's the talk of the fucking crack den corner street where the gas station is, because he eats the gas station pizza with the bacon, egg, and cheese.
What the fuck is this?
I really don't think you're right, but okay.
Hey man, I'm not trying to be right. I'm just trying to make sense of what I'm hearing.
You're just trying to be able to flip it.
I'm trying to translate it to a way that my fucking boomer brain can understand.
Okay.
Which turned him into a Max Prestige light skin.
Okay, now
turned him into
this
the whitest white boy imaginable.
Yeah, I was gonna say this sounds a little racist.
Max Prestige.
Max Prestige. Are you googling Max Prestige light skin?
No.
I heard keyboard clicking. I was like, "There's no way."
No, I'm not googling any. I'm not tainting my. Look, my computer's already tainted enough. My search history is already tainted enough. I don't need this shit in there too.
All right.
You put this shit in your search history. This is how you get scouted by FBI agents.
We're already scouted by FBI agents, bro.
Fuck.
Yeah, for different reasons. I don't want a new guy on me.
They've got the buzzwords cute, death, and battle idea all like turned on, so they're constantly tuned into our chat.
Yeah.
True.
Fair enough.
All right, so we got this part is just saying he's the whitest white boy to ever white boy. So let's what do you guys think about this next part here?
That rizzed up the leader of the friend group.
Okay,
what
so
is-
rizzing.
Okay.
I do know what rizzing is.
Okay.
It's like hitting on someone. It is your charm. It is your game where you pull ladies.
Oh, okay. So you're hitting up the leader of the friend group instead of the ladies.
Yes.
Kissing the homies goodnight. No homo.
So what we got so far is, they tried to let him cook with his dance. They tried to see what he could do with his dance, and he's white, so he can't dance at all. He sucks.
Hence
And
the
when he was
devious
trying-
and the devious
And
gritty.
the reason, yes, so both being shitty, he's trying to, hit on someone, the leader of the friend group, with his dog shit dance. That's where we are so far.
Oh, his dance is the flirting. He's not flirting. He's trying to impress, like animals in the wild.
Yes.
Okay.
This is a mating dance.
It's
That
a
is
mating
his
dance.
race.
How much sense? How much sense does that make that the gritty is the modern day mating dance for Zoomers?
It makes too much sense. That's why it's cringe.
Like, are you
Alright.
serious right now, bro? You can't be goofy on and legalize nuclear bombs. What?
Now he's just.
What did he mean by
losing it
this?
now.
You think this is the point where it just devolves into buzzword heaven?
Like, okay. I imagine he's now quoting sound bites from TikTok to illustrate an idea. So Goofy
Uh-huh.
is probably the name of a sound effect. Like, maybe like the snoring guy.
Right.
Well,
Gotcha.
You can't be doing that and being crazy like someone who would say legalize nuclear bombs. Probably like Second Amendment shit, like everyone should be able to own one legalized nuclear bombs thing.
Right.
Without saying, right?
Okay.
Out saying it's corn and pushing P. Like, bro.
Oh, right, the It's Corn song that Songify did. Okay, so he is just quoting noises now in reference to how people are responding to man's devious, gritty mating dance.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck pushing P is. It sounds druggy.
No idea.
Whatever.
No idea.
Really thinks he's Cardi. Like, the meat writing is crazy. So
Cardi B, artist.
The bro really thinks he's Cardi. The meat writing is crazy. That part I understand.
So, yeah, that one's like that's just.
We
that's
all
just
know
saying
what dick writing is.
without saying dick. Yeah, I was gonna say it's just dick writing without saying dick writing.
Yeah. Now this part right
Yeah,
here,
Titan Pink.
this
It's
part
called
right here, I
Titan
don't
Pink.
get. Oh, Grippy and
Titan
Bubble.
Pink.
Titan Pink. Okay.
And bubblegum pink. Just ask Kumalala and Sylvester, and they'll tell you.
No idea.
Oh no, I have no idea.
Kumalala
Devious
and
Lick is
Zesta.
thievery. Devious Lick is the challenge, the dumb TikTok challenge where people were stealing stuff from schools. It's a devious lick.
Oh.
It's a lick because you're stealing it.
What the fuck is happening, bro? I don't care anymore.
I've
don't
looked
care
through the
anymore.
looking glass into some Zoomer shit, alright?
I don't care
You
anymore.
know what? Actually, we could have hired on TJ, the resident Zoomer.
Oh, true,
He
dude.
actually probably would have been able to explain all of this. I hate that we know someone like that.
Like, fucking.
Oh my
Dylan, your
god.
stream died, by the way.
No, I know. I closed the window.
I can't believe you made us indulge maximum cringe.
Oh god, I'm gonna fucking die. Oh god. Alright, so
Game that I'm playing right now is cringe. God damn.
speaking of cringe, let's go ahead and talk about this. America, let's talk. In the last year, we've made some changes to our
no,
beloved
is that a
spokes
manifesto?
candies. We weren't sure if anyone would even notice, and we definitely didn't think it would break the internet. But now we get it. Even a candy's shoes can be polarizing, which was the last thing M&M's wanted, since we're all about bringing people together. Therefore, we've decided to take an indefinite pause from the spokes candies. In their place, we are proud to introduce a spokesperson America can agree on, the beloved Maya Rudolph.
Who?
Who?
My thoughts exactly.
Just let me fuck the green M&M!
We are confident Miss
Right.
Rudolph will
Right.
champion the power of fun to create a world where everyone feels they belong. Thank you, M&M's.
She said it's a woman American comedian. No.
Who the fuck is this purple one?
She's new, I guess. She didn't get a big introduction the way
I think it
that
might
Miss
be a
Brown
femboy.
did.
I think it might have had femboy representation. No, that's who that is, I guess.
I just wanted to talk about this because I saw it pop up and it's mildly relevant news, but like, why?
Here's some pictures of her.
Hi, we're
What did
M&M's.
you do?
We're gonna completely cut the M&M's mascots out of our advertising, which have been there since the fucking beginning of advertising, and we're just gonna replace it with this random woman that most of you probably don't know.
She was in some random TV shit.
Like, you don't have to cut the M&M's out of the advertisement. People literally just did not want you to make the green M&M less sexy. That's all that the complaints
People
were.
literally just hate change. That's it.
Yeah.
Dude,
It's so
where did
simple.
where did you post the fucking link? I saw it come up, but it didn't disappear.
Which link?
At me.
There's a text channel.
Oh yeah, there's text channels for voice channels, Jay.
Anyway,
Oh.
Yeah. That's
she was,
kind of new.
she was Rapunzel in Shrek the Third.
Okay.
I think I recognize this person.
She appeared in Grown Ups with Adam Sandler.
Okay.
Yeah.
She played the wife of Chris Rock. Is there anything like? Oh. She had various roles in Big Mouth. So that Big Mouth is who they want to advertise with now.
That's,
they want to advertise with Big Mouth.
Yeah, that's not
We can
not
put
good.
that together and completely ruin her career.
Now, I'm gonna run this little saying by you guys. Let me know if you've ever heard of it before. It's not super well known, but I think it lends a lot of credence here. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
True.
They literally did not need to change anything about the M&M's designs. Their designs are fine, right? And like Jerry, you said you've never seen this purple one before. She's clearly like almond, maybe. No, the blue one's almonds, right? He's the almond one. I don't know who the purple one is. Maybe she is the almond. She's kind of almond shaped, but
I know yellow is peanut butter.
no, yellow is peanut.
Peanut, whatever.
But
You turn it into peanut butter in your mouth.
my point is, like, you didn't have to change their designs. And yeah, the change on Green's design was a little polarizing. Sure. Did you need to do it? No. But you did it. Fine. Whatever. Most people fucking forgot. How long ago did this happen? Like 3 years?
Probably.
It was
yeah.
like 2 or 3 years
It's
ago
been a
that
bit.
they changed Green's, like, her shoes, right? And everyone was talking about her fucking legs and boots and how she's not hot anymore. Whatever. I don't want to fuck the M&M. I just don't understand the idea behind changing designs when you don't need to, for one.
Yeah.
But that's kind of a moot point now because, again, this has been a thing for the last, 2 or 3 years now.
I hate the purple M&M. I really wish I didn't look it up.
My thing, though, is that was so long ago. Why are you just now making a post about it saying, hey, we're sorry we pissed you guys off 3 years ago. Here, we'll just cut the M&Ms out of our advertising entirely.
The purple one is caramel cold brew and represents acceptance and inclusivity.
So I hate it. She's the pride M&M.
It's the queer one.
Okay. I don't.
And I mean that derogatorily.
I don't care. You know, I don't care about that. That's just what society has become nowadays. Everyone's always crying for inclusivity, so it gets shoehorned into everything. If it makes sense narratively, fine, whatever. This is an advertising campaign, fine, whatever. I don't care. I know it comes off as shallow and shit because they're just doing it to appeal to the masses, but I mean, I'm so jaded to it at this point that I just do not care. I know why it's there. I know what it's doing there. It's not for me. Whatever, I don't have an issue with it anymore. My issue is that, again, this was an old issue. This is something that happened 2 or 3 years ago, and now they're posting a response to it. And not only are they posting a response to it, but their entire plan is to just make things worse.
Of course.
Again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Why just cut the M&Ms out of your marketing when they are the marketing? They're your mascots. They're on all the fucking candy wrappers. They're on all the bags. They're on everything. Literally, there's no reason to do this.
Oh, dude, I can't imagine looking at that woman's face when I buy a piece of candy.
Are they gonna put Maya Rudolph on my M&M wrappers now?
But you just reminded me of that idea, and I really hope not, because it'd be so stupid.
God, I grew up eating M&Ms. When I was little, before I would go to school, I would go to work with my mom every day, right? Because she owns her own business and she has her own little store, and I would go to work with her every day. And every morning, on the way to work, there's a gas station that we would stop and hit, and we would stop in there, and I would always get a bag of M&Ms, and she would always get a soda and a pack of smokes or whatever, right? I don't remember, I was little. But I always got a pack of M&Ms, right? And that's kind of what I associate the candy with when I think of the candy is the good old days when I was little and I was always hanging out with my mom,
Yeah.
And it just kind of bums me out.
And how and how the green M&M did some things to you when you were little.
No, yeah. The store had one of those big statues of the M&M characters that are hollow that have bags of M&Ms in them, and the green one was there, and she was always giving me weird looks like she liked me, but I was too young to understand that. Yeah. So stupid. But yeah, I don't understand the reasoning behind this decision. It just this isn't going to help them. It's just going to make things worse. For an issue that literally the majority of the internet didn't even remember anyway. There was no reason for them to
mad again.
That's it. Who is still complaining about green M&M's feet?
Literally no one.
Exactly.
Foot fetishes.
Well, yeah,
the
maybe.
The only relevance it has in current culture is sometimes I see the Tucker Carlson memes pop up. That's it. Sometimes I just see something about Tucker Carlson, mostly. Not even about the M&Ms.
My favorite Tucker Carlson moment is when he was talking about how Snickers took away the beloved dick vein.
I know! It's funny, but true. I need my dick vein.
This is a joke, people. This is a joke. I don't watch Tucker Carlson.
Neither do I, but still.
But yeah, I just thought this would be...
Completely apolitical. Those memes are funny.
Yeah.
Period.
No, yeah. I'm not into politics. I don't like politics, but I see the picture of Tucker Carlson with the big news window behind him that says, "Is Snickers removing beloved dick vein?" That shit's funny.
It's like SNL last week tonight. You just put some weird shit there and have fun with it.
Dude, we don't even need SNL anymore, honestly.
True.
This shit is so biased and opinionated now. You just go to the internet, type in memes. You'll find your Saturday Night Live right there on the Google results page.
I don't think modern memes are up to the task nowadays, to be honest, if you ask
me. We were literally just talking about Snickers removing the fucking dick vein with Tucker Carlson.
Oh, I know, but a lot of modern memes are kind of shit, don't you think?
No. There's always fire modern memes, bro.
Okay, there's fire modern means, and then we have whatever the fuck that you just posted and let us torture us a couple minutes ago.
Okay, the video was funny to me because it was pure nonsense, but humor is subjective. I think it's funny to bring it on the show and make you guys help me decipher it.
Yeah.
That is objectively funny.
You find humor in torturing us. That's what I got from that.
I find humor in torturing you. Noah stepped up to bat. He took on the challenge.
I have something that might make Jer mad.
Oh boy, hold on. Let's see it. Do I
The
need
translation is really dog shit for Fire Emblem. That deserves a like. What is it, fucking Facebook?
deserves a like?
Oh my!
It was.
Oh my god!
Dude, the new Fire Emblem was.
Sounds so shit.
Bro, the new Fire Emblem was translated by fucking Twitter mobs.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's
rough.
That's
rough, buddy.
That's amazing. Oh my goodness.
And yeah, Colgate's actually still one of my favorite lords, but God, does he say some concentrated cringe?
Oh man,
he says some very.
He's literally he's the average Twitter user. Straight up.
Be true.
All right.
On God for real.
On God for real. 100 emoji.
You won't even see this normally unless you want to marry the femboy. This is Rosado specifically, so this is you literally caving into the Twitter representation and actually seeing this.
Don't get me started. We're not getting started on this on the femboy topic. We're moving on.
You will marry the femboy, and you will like it, Noah.
God.
And there he goes.
Oh no, I was responding to someone who was talking about some Fire Emblem stuff that I don't think we should say on here.
Oh yeah, they changed it obviously for localization for obvious reasons. A lot of the obvious localization shit, things that we cannot say on YouTube for. But
of
yeah.
course.
Once again, why I didn't bring up what the guy said, I'll tell you later. But
Yeah, tell me later. It's for private discussions. But if you know, you know.
Yeah.
So, on the topic of people just completely destroying their own brands, I don't have links to anything specific here, but what the fuck is going on with J.K. Rowling?
She's just
okay.
I think she's just lost
it. What she says, or the controversy around her for Hogwarts Legacy?
Just now, it's like every time new Harry Potter shit comes out, she just goes on this bender on Twitter where she just starts like down talking trans people. From what I understand, anyway, I have not seen anything specific. Yeah. That's what you said the other night, honestly, is that she's probably just doing it for attention to kind of drum up, like, stuff for the new IPs, but, like...
No, not even for the IPs, not even about money. She
just for the attention. Yeah.
She wants attention.
She doesn't even care about the game or anything, I doubt it.
I think her most famous one was like Ron Weasley, the white ginger kid. She was like, "Oh yeah, he was always supposed to be black."
No, she said that about Hermione.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Hermione.
Yeah, she said Hermione was always black and it was always depicted as such. And then people went back into the first Harry Potter book and found the moment Hermione's introduced, and she's literally described as having pale but fair skin.
Right.
So like.
Okay. But instead of J.K. Rowling, you could be talking about the Industrial Revolution and its consequences in the United States of America.
Thank you, Dustin. That was Dustin, everybody.
You gave him the permission.
I did.
You allowed him to join this call.
I did. But before we started recording, that's what he told me I should talk about, and I told him I was unironically going to be opening with Logan Paul, and he was like, why? Why would you do that?
True.
You know, I honestly knew from that moment on, I knew he was going to pop in randomly at some point and say that and then, you know, bounce again. I was fully expecting it.
He messaged me, bro, I almost joined the call by accident because I thought I couldn't. I just told him to do it. I caused this.
You did this.
But yeah, no, she's just... J.K. Rowling's just wanting attention.
Yeah.
She's out of relevance again. Everyone's talking about the game and not her, so she's got to be inflammatory with retarded opinions or changing things.
Like I said, I didn't have anything linked specifically for like stuff that she's been saying, but I just I was like, God, it's like every now and then I just hear people talking about her because she said some more obscene shit on Twitter. And I'm just like, why is she like this? You know?
Yeah.
Because it turns a lot of people away from the Harry Potter franchise, which, don't get me wrong, is fucking great. But, like, you know, if I was a big successful author and everyone loved my book series, which, you know, fingers crossed someday, I would not be saying shit like that on Twitter. Because it just makes people go, oh, well, I like the series, but I don't like you now because you're saying horrible, obscene shit, so I'm just not going to interact with your stuff anymore because it gives you support. Right?
Meanwhile, in the background, Noah was molesting Dylan's book.
He really was doing that, huh?
Yep.
Good. Also, side note, speaking of books, I just got a new book today called My Name is Lily Madwhip. And if you guys have not read that book, it is very fucking good.
I saw you post it on Twitter.
Yeah. I posted it at the author, William Dalfin. It's a very good book series. It's about a 9-year-old girl who sees things that she shouldn't. But it's written from the perspective of her, like in first person, so it's like a 9-year-old girl wrote it. It's very funny.
Is it a sequel to M. Night Shyamalan's famous movie, The Sixth Sense?
No. But, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if there's, like, some inspiration taken from there. I honestly don't know. All I know is that the series is very fun, and I highly recommend it. I just wanted to throw that in real quick, because it's relevant, because I just got the book in today. Also, actually, you know what? I'll go ahead and talk about this a little more in depth, because I have the pictures to back it up. So, the author of Lily Madwhip, William Dalfin, he posted on Twitter the other day, right? About his book. And as a fellow author who has had to deal with Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing, I just thought this was really funny. Hold on, let me bring the tweet up here. Let me bring it up on the screen where you guys can see it. Let's see, Twitter. This is professional. I'm just going through, just pulling up Twitter and stuff while I'm in the middle of
Jamie, pull that up.
a show. Yeah. True. There he is. Let me scroll down a little here. Here it is. Okay. So, February 1st. This is William Dalfin. He's the author of My Name is Lily Madwhip. Very cool dude. I like him. He posted this tweet a couple days ago saying, someone messaged me today saying their copy of my book just arrived and they were so excited. I asked them if it looked okay and they said the only thing they thought was weird was that the font seemed to change size at some parts. So they sent him a video of them flipping through the book and he thought it was a little weird and he saw the word jazz, which he also thought was weird. So it turns out the first half of his book got printed with someone else's book.
Oh no.
A book called You've Got to Hear This by James Veda about jazz musicians.
What the fuck?
His book, My Name is Lily Madwhip, does not start until page 25. You see the difference in the font size?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so bad.
This is a real book that Amazon KDP printed and sent to someone who ordered a copy of My Name is Lily Madwhip.
I hope that's only a one-time issue, because if not, that deserves, like, actual compensation. That's fucked up.
As far as we're aware, this is an isolated issue, yeah, because he said in a follow-up tweet down here, he said, if anyone else who's bought a copy could let me know if they experience a similar problem, I'd appreciate it. I'm really annoyed that this has happened to anyone, and it reflects badly on me. Nobody's going to want to buy the book if Amazon fucks it up.
Yeah.
I'm happy to say, and that's what my tweet was about, was that I got my copy in today, and I flipped through it just to be sure, and my copy's totally fine. Mine is in perfect condition. I have been lucky enough to say that... Wait, what?
Oh god, he's looking through the book and he's like, wait a minute, this is not right.
No, yeah, okay, so I got kind of scared for a minute because I jumped to the back of the book, because I only looked at the front to make sure that I didn't have half a fucking jazz book in mine, but I didn't jump to the back, right? So I just jumped to the back of the book, and it says, one of the pages I jumped to in the back says, Appendix, How to Bake a Pie, and then it's got a recipe for baking a pie, and I was like, what? So I flip to the next page, and it is part of the book. Lily just, for one of the chapters, Lily just tells you how to bake a pie. Because, again, the book is written from the perspective of a 9-year-old girl. But I am lucky that I've never had an issue like this. And my editor for my book series, AP Mobley, or Allie, sometimes when she orders author copies of her own books, sometimes she gets copies that are fucked up. Like the book cover is printed kind of on the spine, like the measurement was off for the printing, right? Like it's just kind of fucked up. So sometimes she gets copies that are messed up like this. Nothing this bad where she's just got someone else's entire, like, half of their book inside one of hers. But it's not an unusual issue for Amazon KDP to have. This is probably the biggest fuck up I've ever seen, as far as that goes.
It's a pretty big one.
You know what happened? He was getting ready to check out, and it says recommended for you in this bundle, and then Amazon took that literally and bundled it together.
Bundled the books. It's so stupid. But
I hope the next book I get for Amazon from you is going to be the front half is Mein Kampf.
God. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about this. I just randomly thought in the moment to mention, like, oh yeah, I got my copy of the book in. And then I remembered that this happened, and I was like, oh, I should talk about this too. But I've been lucky enough that whenever I've ordered author copies, and even now with my copy of Lily Mad Whip, this has never happened to me. Or anything like this. My author copies always come in good condition. Sometimes they're a little dirty, like they got some grime on them and I gotta like wipe them off, but I mean that's not this. That's not having someone else's book inside mine, you know? And as far as I'm aware, out of people who have ordered copies online, I've never heard about anything like this happening either. So, thank God. It's just really funny to me. I'm glad it's hopefully just the one book, and I'm sure that person got a replacement. But yeah, it's just, you gotta be careful with Amazon, man. Sometimes I wonder if they know what the fuck they're doing over there.
They don't.
Because this is just, like, how does this happen?
You gotta hear this.
This is just like the Overwatch 2 team switching bug, bro. This is seeing it to believe it.
Team switched your book.
Someone team switched his book right in the middle of it. Yeah.
Oh God.
Holy shit.
Like, if this dude did not have pictures or a video, I don't think anyone would have believed him. You know?
Yeah.
God, it's so funny. It's so funny. But yeah.
At least wait.
Shout outs to William Daffin though, because he's Pog, man. The Lily Mad Whip series is really good.
Okay, wait. Does the book start 20 pages in, or does the book start 20 pages into the actual book?
You know what? Considering that there's a fucking pie recipe in the back that Lily put in, I wouldn't be surprised if the first like couple pages of the book is just Lily talking about jazz musicians before she gets into her own story.
Now, from what it was described, it seems like the book skips to page 25, where it actually starts the correct book.
Oh, so, book 1 started at page 25.
For the jazz thing.
Okay.
I think, I'm guessing, I don't know. But
it didn't just start on page 25 of Lily Mad Whip? Well, no, it had to have.
No, that's what I meant. It went,
because the 25 at the bottom of the page was in the Lily page. Yeah.
The number said 25, so it didn't start on page 1 for Lily.
Yeah, no.
It started on page... It went to... that's just funny.
It's so funny. Like, it's not, but it's just... It's like you gotta laugh about it, because if not, you'll cry kind of funny, you know?
Yeah.
I can only laugh because crying would hurt too much.
Yeah. Pretty much. Oh, man. Alright, so we've only got a couple news topics left here. We'll go ahead and... Well, you know what? Let's knock this one out of the park here real fast. Adult Swim has ended its association with Justin Roiland, but Rick and Morty will continue with Season 7.
Oh.
Did you know about this, Jay? You sound kind of surprised.
I knew about this. I have a lot to say about it.
Oh boy.
So, playing devil's advocate here, this is just cancel culture now. You know, in the sense that, like, I don't know if the accusations have been proven or not quite yet, but, like, accusations come out, companies just cut ties. There's like, we don't want to be associated with this. It's guilty until proven innocent these days. And, like, I understand from the business side, it's like, I understand Adult Swim doing this. I get it. But at the same time, it's like, why does this always happen? You know? This cycle keeps repeating, where it's like an accusation just drops, and before it even gets proven, like this, Justin Roiland's a public figure. Like, this is definitely something going to court, right? It's like with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, especially, like...
Yeah, he hasn't been convicted yet, so...
Yeah, so, like, I feel like this is jumping the gun a little bit, but...
He didn't plead guilty.
This isn't really my area of expertise, so I'm just gonna say that, like, I hate cancel culture.
Right.
And I just kind of wish that it wasn't so backwards like this sometimes. On the other hand, I will say that abusing your spouse is never fucking okay. And these are very serious allegations, so again, I kind of understand Adult Swim doing this. Fine.
Right.
As a writer and a lover of television, and Jerry, you can mock me for this all you want, I do enjoy Rick and Morty. I can't defend the multiple uses of incest that have happened in the last season, because the first time
Incest funny.
the first time I was like, okay, this is fine, this is funny, this is just out of left field Rick and Morty humor, I'm down with this. The second time, everyone was like, Dan Harmon likes incest and he's just putting it into the show, and I was like, okay, I can't say that there's like a coincidence that it's in there twice, but I don't think that's necessarily the case. The third episode in season 6 that did incest, I was like, I threw my hands up. I was like, look, Rick and Morty team, I can't defend you guys anymore, okay? This is getting ridiculous. You have three.
Now there are three.
You have now there are three of them. Yeah, you can't put 3 incest episodes in one season and then play it off like it's not something that's being done on purpose. Like I can't defend it. I can say that season 6 is still pretty okay. I like Rick and Morty. I like the route the show is going. I can't defend the incest stuff. I really can't. I have no words. But
I would say as the ambassador into the cartoon community and the cartoon rant community, they said the exact same thing, except that most people are saying Rick and Morty jumped the shark at season 3 with Pickle Rick. And yeah,
is that really jumping the shark though?
Yeah. Like there were several videos where like discussing about Rick and Morty about I think the greatest one is one by Cartoonshi, right?
Right.
Where his says his greatest season 3 was the ultimate jump the shark because they absolutely betray Rich's character, what was set up at the end of season 2. And judging, I don't watch Rick and Morty, but just by what was provided for me as evidence, where like at the end of season 2, Rick was giving himself up to the Galactic Earth, the Galactic Government.
Federation.
Yeah, the Galactic Federation, giving himself up and turn himself in to save his family, for him to almost immediately completely dissolve the Galactic Federation at the start of season 3. That seems kind of asinine and asspull, because if the first 2 seasons set them up as like this big, all-powerful entity, how can Rick can destroy them in an afternoon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly just to entertain himself, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, because like, here's the thing,
there
right?
There was an episode where he fights God, and then they started making Rick like the most powerful character in all of existence of Rick and Morty, because season 3 started out with them saying he's the smartest man in the universe, which was no.
But see, here's the thing, right? Is it's not about how smart or how powerful Rick is. It always comes down to his character, because yeah, he's powerful, yeah, he's smart. The issue is that he's a lonely, cynical person, and he doesn't know how to make those attachments to people because he doesn't have the ability to. He's peeked behind the curtain. He understands that life is meaningless and that there's just infinite possibilities for infinite things, and if he loses the person he loves, he can just go to a world where they didn't die and he has them back. Like, love loses meaning when there is no loss. And that's kind of his entire character arc, and that's why I enjoy the journey. But I don't think, like, him dissolving the Galactic Federation in a single episode, for one, is like, I don't really have an issue with that from a writing perspective, because that's something that the show has done repeatedly, time and time again, where they have this setup for like this big arc, like big bad, that Rick just looks at and says, "Nah, we're not going to do that," and he just kind of erases them because he's Rick Sanchez. He's done that as like not even Rick specifically, but that's happened as recent as season 6 that just wrapped up, where they had something left over from last season that was going to lead up into something bigger down the road, maybe, and then it just gets wrapped up in one moment as a gag in an episode because, you know, the writers want to subvert expectations, or maybe they don't like that idea anymore, you know?
Well, like, as an audience enjoyer, why would I care about, like, anything if Rick's guys can be like, oh, why doesn't Rick just immediately win the fight? Because that's why it's going to end. It's the One Punch Man problem played straight. It's the One Punch problem. The One Punch Man thing played completely straight.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there are still moments of him getting humbled. Like, I know a lot of people scoff at the Pickle Rick episode, but that's probably my favorite example because, I mean, okay, so listen. The whole reason he turns himself into a pickle is so he can avoid going to family therapy with Beth and the kids.
Right.
Because he does not want to go to therapy. And he tells the therapist this at the end when he makes it to the therapy session before it's over, because he doesn't think therapy works. He thinks it's pointless because he's in control of his own reality and his own existence, and he can do whatever he wants. So why would he need therapy when he can just fix things himself? He's the smartest man in the universe. He doesn't need therapy, right? And there is a solid, like, minute where the therapist, played by Susan Sarandon, just fucking, like, breaks him down and spills his entire personality back at him and just kind of shuts him up.
Right.
And, like, a lot of people kind of lose that because they're just like, oh, look, I'm Pickle... Like, Pickle Rick got memed to hell, and everyone started... I remember when Season 3 came out and, like, Pickle Rick aired, and everyone was like, oh, I'm excited, this looks like a fun, dumb episode of Rick and Morty. And then it came out, and everyone was just like, yeah, this show is just going downhill because now there's just a bunch of women writing the show, and women don't know how to write television. Like, I legitimately heard that a lot, and it made me very upset. But, like, looking back at Pickle Rick, because I watched it a couple times recently, like, especially that therapy scene, like, that is probably the best moment in the series where Rick has been humbled. Because even immediately after that, when he and everyone are leaving therapy after she shuts him up, they're driving back home, and Beth gives him the thing to turn back, like, from a pickle. And he's, like, he just kind of brushes it off. He's like, jeez, that fucking therapist back there, huh? Hey, what do you say we go to the bar and get a beer? And Beth is just like, oh, we could drop the kids off and go do that. And he's like, yeah, a beer sounds good. And then they just, like, the kids are just like, are we gonna go back and see the therapist? And they just ignore the kids, and that's just the end of the episode. Like, what she said had a reaction and an effect on Rick, and I don't think a lot of people really like take note of that.
That's not how I took from that. No, that's literally the writer saying, geez, family therapy, right? Doesn't do anything. We're going back to the status quo. That's what the writers... Sounds like what the writer said to me right there.
Well, yeah, that was the idea, because that's what Rick was feeling. She got really real with him and held a mirror up to him, and he did not like what he saw, so he fell back into his usual habits, going back to the status quo.
Yeah, but then the writers are endorsing that, though.
They're not.
That's the problem.
They're not endorsing it. The idea of the writing is the message.
Agree with Rick Sanchez.
Yeah.
You are not supposed to take his decisions as a good thing.
There's a lot of people who disagree with you.
That's literally the whole. That's literally the whole meme, Jay. Is that you're not supposed to like, you're not supposed to role model Rick Sanchez.
I literally am American Psycho. Yeah. Oh my god, he's so mean.
Dude, that's why Patrick Bateman is such a meme, is because it's the kind of character that people like Rick Sanchez or like Joaquin Phoenix Joker, where they look at it and they're like, oh my god, that's so me. Like, no, you moron, you don't want to be like these people. That's the whole point of their character.
Us reasonable adults agree with yes, we're not supposed to like Rick Sanchez. I work with teenagers, and they're like, oh my god, I really like Rick. He's so me. I want to be like Rick when I grow up, to be the smartest man in the universe and not care about life. That's what the people who I work with. Yeah, but
they're teenagers. They're idiots. They will learn when they get older what they're saying, and they'll be like, wow, I was dumb.
What if they don't?
Well, then that's on them and their experiences. That's not your responsibility to dictate, though.
I know it's not my responsibility to dictate shit, but it's like, I don't know, it's just, like I said, it was the ambassador of the cartoon community. They said the jumping the shark moment was the start of season 3, and it was on a downward spiral all the way up to season 6, and where they said season 6 was pretty good.
I don't even think
They
it's
also-
really a jumping the shark moment. You jump the shark when the show is dying and you're trying to bring in views for one last like big hurrah or to save it so you can continue. I don't even feel like season 3 was a jump the shark. Most people don't even like season 3.
Right.
So I wouldn't say it's a jump the shark moment. Rick and Morty is full of like outrageous over the top shit like that because it's just you have a character like Rick whose limits are boundless, so there's so much room for it's like Supernatural. Like there's so much room to work with. There's so many different things you could do. Like the possibilities in a world like Rick and Morty is fucking endless. So it's okay to be creative and go over the top, you know? I don't have issues with any of that.
Just the writer conveniently forgets that he has an epidermis shield. Or, you know, the thing that makes people die instantly whenever they get, like, anywhere close to him. They completely forgot about that. That's the stuff that I don't like. Because it feels cheap. It feels cheap in writing. Or, like, yeah, I have a dermis shield that protects me from anything. Oh, you get too close to me, the air will literally kill you.
I think it's
fucking stupid.
I think it's kind of a gag at this point where Rick is just so OP that he's, like, constantly has different, like, things with him that will just immediately murder people who try to stop him.
Right, but why doesn't he have that all the time, then? Why should there be any stakes at that point?
I don't know. Because there's got to be stakes.
That's the point! That's the point I'm trying to make. If he has all these OP gadgets, that's my first thing that's gonna come to mind. Why doesn't he have the dermis shield? Why doesn't he have the instant kill oxygen thing? Why doesn't he have this? Why doesn't he have that? It's literally...
I think you're thinking about it too much from a versus perspective and not enough from a writing perspective.
No. This is not from a versus perspective. This is from a
I
writing
disagree.
standpoint.
It's not from a versus perspective.
It's from a
I do
writing
think
standpoint.
his entire brain, though, is focused on, like, as if it were a normal story and not like a...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rick and Morty is mostly like a fucking Phineas and Ferb thing where, why don't they just have this tool again? It's just supposed to...
See, I'm bad at putting a lot of thoughts into, like, words like that, but I think that's a good way of explaining where I'm kind of coming from, Noah, is that, like, Jared, I see where you're coming from, that it's inconsistent with Rick's, like, abilities.
Yes.
It's very inconsistent.
Like Noah said,
Rick,
Rick and Morty's very, like, Phineas and Ferb-esque, where it's like, that shit just does not matter. You know?
Rick and Morty is adult Phineas and Ferb.
Like, the balance they have with the show nowadays, where it's like, sometimes we'll do something serious. Well, yeah, but, like, the balance they have with the show now, where it's like, sometimes we'll do serious, like, story-relevant episodes, and sometimes we'll just do dumb Rick and Morty shit. Like, it's just dumb Rick and Morty shit, you know? I just... That's not the kind of stuff I think about when I watch the show, so it doesn't really bother me in that way. But I see what you're saying, you know?
Right.
But, getting back to the relevant topic at hand.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, wow, we were on a hell of a tangent on Rick and Morty for a while.
That's why I don't talk that much, because then we go on a very big tangent.
Jared's
I shut my mouth.
our fucking vortex of the show. He derails it.
Yeah.
I think
but
it's... Either he goes to jail, and he's off the show, and then you stop playing the show, or making the show, or he doesn't go to jail, and what he did wasn't bad enough to be that criminally offensive, and you just let him make the show and let his future career be dictated by his past.
yeah.
I feel like it's really stupid to take away his rights to his creation from this. He now no longer has this creation under his belt. It is completely relinquished from him, and I think that's fucked up.
Yeah.
The George Lucas problem.
From a writing perspective and a lover of television, especially like Rick and Morty specifically, because I've always enjoyed this show. I think it's cool of Adult Swim to continue it with a 7th season, but because of how like messy this situation is, and I said this already to you, Noah, I think the best way that this can be handled is if they make season 7 the final season.
Yeah, because if they do that, I guess it'll be okay because they've already started working on it. But if they continue after 7, that's fucked up.
I want production to continue because I hate it when shit like this happens and shows just get canceled and they never get resolved in like helpful, like fulfilling ways. You know?
Yeah.
And it would really be a shame for that to happen to something as monumental as Rick and Morty. So I'm really hoping that they make season 7 like plan it to be the final season and they give it like a relevant ending for like Rick and Morty and all the characters and stuff in it. Like they bring their arcs to a satisfying close. Because even if you find someone who sounds just as good as Justin Roiland with the characters, and there are people out there who do like really, really good Rick and Morty impressions, like
Morty.
Yeah.
I
I don't think they're gonna find anyone who's gonna be good as Justin.
Well, no, dude. There's a guy on Twitter who sounds just like Justin Roiland's versions of the characters.
I could do a really good Morty.
Well, I mean, some people could, depending on their voices. Yeah. I'm talking, this guy literally just, like, does reaction. Like, he does the duet stuff on TikTok, where it's, like, half his screen, half the other TikTok, you know? And he just, like, reacts to stuff in real time, speaking as both Rick and Morty, and it sounds like he works on the show. Like, straight up.
Right.
So, like, there are people out there who could do it, but it's always going to be something that fans are going to point at and be like, you hear that way he said that syllable right there? It's not Justin Roiland, I can tell. It bothers me. You know, there's always going to be people like that, and it's like...
you see, this is why you should give the Super Mario Brothers movie a chance, Noah.
it's true.
Wait. Hold on.
Jared's fucking
the trailers.
Jared fucking snuck back into the conductor's seat, bro. He's derailing us again. Christ.
I'm still gonna watch it.
But no, I think the best way to handle this is to just plan Season 7 to be the final season, get someone who can do a solid Rick and Morty, give the characters the clothes they deserve, finish the show off with its 7th season, and just call it good. That's Rick and Morty. You know?
We get it.
Draw the curtains. Spotlight, fade out.
We turn the show into a pickle.
Yeah.
Funniest shit I've ever seen.
Christ.
Dylan, can you put the thing I posted in the stupid chat on the screen?
In the group chat?
Yeah.
What is this?
It ties our episode. No, not that.
Not that? Are you sure?
You can put it here. This is fine. It's you know what this is, right? You know what that is.
It looks like something from Chowder.
It is Chowder.
It's Chowder, but it's a reference to it's a reference to one of the greatest movies of our generation. Oh, but, this thing.
Yeah, because earlier we were talking about Let Him Cook. We also have...
I've turned myself into a pickle, Jesse.
Yeah, what the fuck?
This sounds and looks like something that Dustin would just randomly start saying over and over again in the fucking group chat.
Let him pickle.
Let him pickle.
God. Alright, so we got one more topic here that I want to talk about today. And this one's a doozy. We're already at an hour 10 minutes, a little longer than that actually. So
good.
Good.
This
content.
This is going to be a good one. So,
oh no.
Where do you guys feel? Where do you guys sit exactly on the spectrum of hitting children?
On my chair. I don't.
So stupid.
I was not expecting.
I generally don't like it.
Okay. Well, I might be able to change your stance here.
I think.
If a fucking kid comes up to me, starts screaming at me, and starts Fortnite dancing, I'm backhanding him.
I don't really agree with that one. So,
play the video.
I found this video on Twitter like a week or two ago, and I saved it because I thought we could talk about it on the podcast today. I'm kind of glad we saved it for last, actually. So, this is a video. Podcasters who aren't watching, sorry. I'm still going to have audio, of course. Context, this is a kid in a park who is harassing this adult man and who would not leave him alone. Let's check it out here.
Okay.
I don't hear any audio currently.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I forgot to switch the window.
Yeah.
I forgot to switch the window. Why does Discord work like this, man? So silly. You didn't really miss much. There was just like some talking in the background. Like no one's really said anything yet.
Okay.
But yeah, you see how he's trying to like walk away, and the kid just keeps stepping in his path. Mm-hmm. Like he's being very aggressive. This kid is like, I don't know, like 12, maybe.
So I've already got a first thought to any video like this. Uh-huh. We have no context of anything just before this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All we see is this.
I do have an article with more of the story following up with this.
Okay.
So he's on the phone, he's trying to talk to somebody, and the kid will not leave him alone.
constantly staying in his line of sight.
At this point, I would just run his ass over. He's playing at the maximum amount of fuck around to find out. You know
According to the article, this guy that the kid is bothering is the like park manager, and he came over to tell the kid to leave, and the kid is like focused on him now, if I'm remembering correctly.
And he's the park manager.
Yeah, he just called someone to come and get this kid out of here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
See,
exactly
now
what
the
I'm
kid
doing
is putting
right
his
now.
hands on him. He's still got his hands in his pockets. He's just trying to leave, and the kid will not move. He's pushing him. He won't get out of his way. And now it's getting physical.
Okay, the kid is now entered 10 out of 10. Fuck around, find out. He wants to do this. That wasn't even that bad.
It really wasn't.
Yeah.
Okay, there's...
Yeah, no, that kid totally deserved that.
So
It's unprofessional, and I could see him getting fired for that just because he probably had to.
he grabbed the kid
But-
by the neck, he picked him up, and he threw him down onto the ground, and then he left.
I don't, that's not what I exactly saw in the video.
Yeah, he just kind of picked him up and threw him down.
The kid was walking backwards with him. His hand was mostly just on him.
Yeah.
And then he just tried to push him away.
Yeah.
And I didn't see a pick up and throw down or anything like that.
Yeah.
Not even a hard choke or anything.
Yeah, no, that kid was playing around with maximum fuck around, find out. He deserves exactly what happened to him at this point. Especially since he started hitting the guy.
Yeah, so he had him by the neck, he just kind of shoved him down.
He was like... He wasn't like choking him or anything.
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
just
yeah, no,
maybe on his chin or something.
I
couldn't really see, but, like,
over exaggerated him picking him up.
Yeah.
And I called him, and he started cussing.
The guy recording is telling someone what happened.
So I told Sean,
This kid in the green is his friend.
So I told Sean, come out here and get this kid, because he just kept running around here.
Dude, if this was you and me, Dylan, I'm like, dude, you fucked around, found out. That's exactly, you got what you deserve.
It gets better, dude. Listen.
Kept running around here and cussing me and all that. I said, you need to tell this kid to get out of here.
He hit you? Nah.
Sean came out here and
So there's this woman who's out of frame over here on the right, and she's talking to the kid. She's basically telling him like he had every right to do that. Like you were being so aggressive and you were being a problem. He had every right to do that. Is basically what she's saying. She's basically saying what you're saying, Jared. She's saying fuck around and you found out.
Yeah.
go. And he went down right where his bike's at and turned and dropped his bike and ran back up here and started pushing Sean. When his face cussing and hollering at him.
Yes, Sean, dear.
Yeah, he's a nice little kid.
I want to fucking school you ignorant piece of shit! You need to watch your language. You fucking stupid and throw me on the ground! You all know what happened. You're a piece of shit! I called the mic right? I was standing there and I taped everything. Alright? This is not gonna... Fuck you and your fucking people and fucking child abuse! You fucking started choking me and throw me on the fucking ground! Fuck you, lady! Fuck you! You need to step back, son. Fuck you, you whore!
Jesus Christ.
Dude,
he is
there
old
goes
enough by now.
Yeah, he is old enough. My sympathy's out the fucking window.
Yeah.
Took a plane, took a fucking ticket to the next Malaysian island. It's gonna go there for a timeshare. It's gonna stay there.
Listen, boys, listen. I'm gonna step outside of the bounds here, okay, a little bit. I'm dipping my toe outside of bounds here. It's not okay to hit kids, but there is an exception to every rule.
Oh, there is always an exception.
Yeah, there's always this is not a kid.
I thought you were talking about hitting a kid as a punishment, like your own child, and like spanking him.
I mean, I was kind of raised that way. Personally, I don't have an issue with it. I think more kids need discipline, but I understand times change, views change, opinions change, so that's not
There's a
like
lot to that conversation.
that's not a widely accepted idea anymore, so I don't really have a horse in that race.
Right. This kid clearly had no discipline growing up, and he fucked around, found out, and he's literally the meme of the consequences for my own actions.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Am I wrong for laying my hands on an adult and trying to have a physical altercation? No, it's the adults for fighting back who are wrong. Yeah.
He literally obviously isn't, like, really hardened in any way.
Yeah.
He's just shocked that someone finally fucking stepped back at him.
So, And then I
don't
believe the article
I can
was
understand him
linked
being
down
fired
here.
because he was supposed to be professional and just wait for the guys to get there to remove him, like a cop or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Morally, he did nothing wrong.
He did nothing wrong. No.
Yeah. The article was linked down here. I'm gonna have to pull it up separately, so I'll have to turn my fucking screen on again.
I did not like that Twitter poster who posted only the portion where he threw him to the ground at first.
That was the same person. The Twitter was like,
you really need to put the full context as
no, yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did.
But that's what people are going to see.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And that's the reactionary content they're going to get.
It's
not the full context.
It's the same Twitter post. So I mean, I saw it because I watched the short one. I was like, what the fuck? And then I scrolled down because it was part of a thread, and it was the same guy.
Not everyone clicks the thread.
No, yeah,
not everyone clicks the thread.
Yeah.
You scroll through your timeline, you're just seeing a guy throw a kid. And that's your opinion on this. Some guy fucked with a kid. That's horrible. How dare you?
Yeah. So here we go. This is by River City Post. Child taunts
Gray
and
on
punches
white
man
font,
until
gray.
he gets dropped and the internet is divided.
Gray on white background. Fire them.
Oh, what? You don't like you don't like every website being formatted for mobile?
Oh no, gray text on white background.
Oh, that.
Cringe. I can barely read it. I have to.
Oh, this one. Yeah, I was like, what are you
Yeah,
talking about? Yeah, no, that's weird. So, a man has come under fire for violently pushing a 10-year-old boy to the ground at a park. The boy who had been egging the man on for some minutes is seen holding his face and screaming after the shove, claiming the incident was child abuse. The viral video has divided social media because when you watch the full version taken by a witness at a park in the United States, you can see the boy won't give up in his attempts to get the man to react.
What? When you add context, the story becomes clearer?
Yeah.
What? Weird.
While some said the man was justified in his actions and surprised he lasted so long, others said children should never be hit no matter the circumstances. Okay, he didn't hit the kid. He just pushed him. Which, if I have the patience of a saint, I would not have lasted this long with that kid pushing me around and punching me as this guy did.
Yeah.
I would have pushed him down a lot sooner. Or at least pushed him back and said, hey, you need to fucking stop or else I'm going to hurt you.
My stance is the first punch he's thrown, and like he gets a punch back, man. It's a fair game, right?
Yeah, it's
there.
like, look, I recognize that you're a child, and I recognize,
you.
it's like I recognize that you're a child, and I recognize that I'm an adult. But if you're throwing punches, I do have the right to defend myself.
To be fair, a child would not be able to punch me in the face.
Yeah, yeah, they're not tall enough.
Fucking giant, you ogre.
They gotta do that. That one dude from Vine. Have you seen the really old Vine video of that guy who's just like, hey, fuck you, and then the guy like stands up and he's like twice his size and he's like, oh, and he like runs off camera and he comes back with a little stepladder and he puts it down, and he climbs up and then he slaps the guy in the face.
Yeah, that. If the kid did that, I would be more like humored than fucking offended or aggravated.
But yeah. So, in a backstory also shared online, it's claimed that the kid and a friend had been terrorizing other kids at the park, at a splash pad, and in the playground for several hours.
Share the image.
Fuck around and find out, buddy! There's a fucking image of people rocking t-shirts here that has like a fucking graphical thing that says fuck around and find out, and the angle between them is a perfect 90.
Dude, you should check the group, you should check the stream chat, what I just posted.
Oh yeah. The video, yeah.
Very surprised the article put that in there.
The man filming the video was reportedly driving down the street when the two kids cut him off, so he wound down the window and told them off. It's then that the trouble started, when it's claimed the children were throwing rocks at his car and others, trying to scratch them, and were swearing at the man and his wife.
What is that shirt? Why?
Vegetarian.
Why is that there?
I don't know. Teach your man how to squabble!
What is this? What fucking website have you found?
It's River City Post, brother!
Why
The same guy who uploaded the fights on Twitter, the video clips, he also linked to this article. So, I mean, I just saved it, you know? The man went to the concession stand of the park and found the guy who was the park manager and asked him for help, said the background statement shared online. The park manager told the kids to leave and they started swearing, then left for a minute down the path, threw down their bikes, and came back for more. In the video, the park manager is trying to call someone for help and repeatedly asks the child to stop touching him or get out of his way. Finally, the man has had enough and pushes the boy away at the throat with enough force for him to fall to the ground. He cries loudly and draws even more attention from onlookers, but several witnesses who saw the whole altercation play out say otherwise, and try to approach the boy to reason with him. At the very end of the video, the boys get back up and start swearing and screaming at everyone.
Fuck you, you whore!
He says at one woman. I love how they had to quote that, but they still had to censor it.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Oh yeah, see, and then here's the guy who posted the fucking video clips that I found, so, yeah. Fight Haven.
The mother reportedly arrived, and everyone apologized and started the incident out until a few hours later the mother posted a short clip on Facebook of the man pushing
her boy
with his details, including his name and address.
So she showed up after all this played out and went, "I'm so sorry my son was being such a monster. I will definitely talk to him when we get home." And then she went home, posted the clip of him pushing the kid down on Facebook, and doxed his ass.
Doxed him. I think everyone was apologizing to her, by the way.
It's claimed the man was told to post the full video to clear his name and get the true story out there.
I'm glad he did.
Yeah.
Fuck that mother. That mother's a horrible mother. Look at her child. Look at what he's become.
Yeah. And it's like, one of the thoughts I had after I read this, because this article I did read before I put it in the show notes. Yeah. God, this is such shaky conversation topic.
Okay.
I can't even finishing this article. My initial thought was that I can't even be mad at this kid because it's not really his fault he's like this. It's his parents. You know?
It always kind of in still some ways
he definitely has the autonomy to make his own choices, even as a kid. But his outlook and his behavior in situations like this should be dealt with early. And he's 10 years old and he's saying "fuck you, whore" to random women. And picking fights with adults. I mean, and then considering what his mother reportedly did, like, I don't know, man, I gotta put the blame on the mom a little bit here. This is kind of her fault. So
too much South Park and sugar for this kid. Gotta put him down.
This is the kid that
should have said put him down.
Should have put him down. What the fuck, bro?
Gotta put him in timeout. There we go.
Permanent timeout. Yeah. There we go. Please don't kill us, Susan. Sorry, please don't game end us, Susan.
I think what Dylan might have been trying to say is this is the kid who idolizes Rick Sanchez.
No, this is the kid that idolizes Eric Cartman. What are you talking about?
Dude, this kid is Eric Cartman. This is the kid who comes home from school every day and slams his fucking snapback down on the counter and says, "Mom, I want to go get some more fucking monsters from the gas station, bitch." And she just throws a 20 over her shoulder while she's doing the dishes. And he's like, "Thanks, I'm gonna go fuck some bitches on my way." And then he just swaggers on out of the house on his way to the gas station. Yeah.
Yeah, that image that you posted in the group chat. Don't show that image.
Well, I wasn't gonna. You fucking moron. What the fuck?
I don't know. You're the one fucking this cow.
Fucking what cow? I'm not fucking any cow. What?
That's my one saying that I took from my dad. Who's fucking this cow? Me or you?
Chris. All right. That's our fucking show. This has been the Major Ego group chat.
And what a good show it was.
Started out with Logan Paul, fucking energy drink, and ended up with beating kids. How great!
Oh yeah, this is a pretty solid first show right there. I'm not gonna lie. All right, boys, make sure you all go out, buy yourselves a couple bottles of Prime on us. Beat up any kids that are terrorizing the park.
I will hunt you down. I will find you.
Just go to the park, and if you see any kids terrorizing anybody, just beat them up. You're in the right every time.
Don't lightly hold their neck and shove them down. Physically choke slam them.
Do what I said. Pick them up and throw them to the ground.
You know what? Half circle forward P, do a potential.
So stupid. All right, good night, everybody.